Yay Media Group.
Dude,
I'm glad I didn't live in those times.
how about let's do
I would die. I would not survive.
Yeah, you would probably be eaten.
I would be eaten alive.
Yes.
Hey guys, episode 114.
Wow.
I feel like we're off a little bit because our kids had a delayed start today because it's freezing out. But I feel like it always messes up my morning and I'm messed up on my times right now.
I'm all messed up. We had some meetings before this and my computer. I don't know. Listen, God bless IT guys because I don't know what's going on. But the new computer that we got for the podcast to help speed things up and get guests on, everything in the house that I had in different computers was in sync or sunk. I don't even know the jargon.
Don't ask me. I don't know any
Went
of
to this computer, so it threw off all the settings. And now everything's a little different in here. But all we're doing is talking in a microphone. Let's take a big, deep breath and relax. It's all good.
I know. And my kids, do your kids not wear jackets? It was freezing outside. It was under 20 degrees. And I told the boys, I was like, where are your coats? Like, we're heading to school. And they're like, we're not going outside today. We don't need coats. Like, yes, you do.
All they do is go from the car and they run in school. So they don't,
But I look like a bad parent that I didn't send my kid to school with a jacket. Like, the teachers are probably judging me because they're like, where are your coats?
They didn't wear a jacket?
No, they wouldn't wear one. It's not cool. But you know what I do pack in their book bags? Winter hat, toboggan, gloves, winter gloves they have in there. But they
never use them.
They don't, but I still pack it in there so they have an option. But yeah, they just won't wear their coats because it's not cool.
Really? I'm super uncool because now when I go out in the cold, I'm like, I have gloves on, 2 pairs of pants. Like, I hate being cold.
I do too.
The older I get, I don't like it. Like, I used to love going to Bears games when it was cold. I didn't care. I'd go and
if you have a few drinks, it's okay.
Yeah, but I'd wait for the players sometimes after and like be out there all day, And I loved it. Now I'm like, I don't want to go sit out in that cold, or I don't want to go to a concert if it's freezing out. Forget it.
Leighton is the one that loves the cold. He's ready. He already asked me, when I get home, can I play out in the snow? And then Lawson avoids it. He's like me. I just want warm. I'm motivated when it's warm. When it's cold, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, you have to dress for it. So if you're prepared for it, it's okay. Like,
no, even if I'm dressed for it, I just don't want I don't want any part of cold.
Well,
that's why we're not mountain people. I was laughing with the neighbor because I told her I see all these people around Colorado that I know up in the mountains with their family skiing and their kids are doing so good and they're young. And I was like, man, my kids, I kind of want to take them to do that. And I'm like, actually, no, I don't. And I told her, I said, I just want to look the part. Like, I skied all day and I got a great workout in. And oh man, I had so much fun. But really, I just want to sit in the lodge, drink coffee or have like a margarita or something and just sit by the fire and just pretend like I'm a skier. But really, I'm not a skier.
Yeah.
And just watch everybody else. Yeah. I'm sure if I was actually there in the mountains, like in Bell or Breckenridge and saw it, I might want to do it. I feel like our kids would love it. Or I would just do like bunny hills, but still, sometimes I feel left out because we live in Colorado and we should be taking advantage because the mountains here are amazing. But you and I are like, no.
Well, because I don't know what I'm doing and I'm 46 years old. So if I played all football my whole life. I played in college, didn't have a major injury. If I went up to a mountain at 46 years old, because in my head I'm still 18, and I blew out my hip playing kickball this summer and it still hurts. So if I get an injury skiing, because this new hobby that I picked up, by the way, Family Pass is like $1,000, dude, to go skiing and rent all that stuff. So I'm going to pay $1,000 to go on a mountain, which I don't want to be on because I don't even like heights, and then tumble down it and break my leg. No thanks, man. I'll barbecue over here and we'll eat crab legs. What do you think about that?
It's cheaper just to sit in the lodge, like I said, and look the part.
For sure. Give me some snow pants, some winter boots. I'll go hang out down there all day, drink some hot toddies. You guys have fun. I'll go on to Bunny Hill. I'll do a little sledding here and there, but I'm not going up on a diamond slope.
No, nothing like that. I would just.
I don't even want to. just taking that ski lift up there, I don't even like that. I'm
Oh,
like,
that
dude,
makes
I
me
don't like
nervous.
this thing.
The last time I went skiing, I was 18. And in North Carolina, you either go to Beach Mountain or Sugar Mountain. It obviously doesn't compare to the mountains here, but I got the gist. Like I figured out how to go up and down the mountain. But my sister has been with her husband. I've known him since I was right out of high school, and we all like grew up in the same town. And he used to, I think he would, well, if I was 8, I think he was like 23. And last time we go, he'd always take a flask with him and just put liquor in it and just chug it before
What
he'd
else
go
would you put
down.
in it?
But
Hot cocoa?
no, but he would take it and chug it before he went skiing down the mountain. This was us. I mean, I was like in college age and he was in his early 20s. And I would always get so nervous and be like, don't do that. But now that I live here in Colorado, everybody that's the whole point. People just go up there and get smashed and then they go skiing. But I remember thinking, what are you doing?
A lot of people get stoned and then they put in like headphones and they'll like snowboard down. I guess it's like peaceful, for them. I don't know. That's not my
I'd have a
bag.
panic attack.
Yeah, me too. I'd be like, a helicopter's got to come get me off this mountain. I'm stoned. For sure.
But
that's what people do.
Me and my heart
Some
would be
people,
racing.
it's really relaxing, and then they just listen to music and they're in their own little vibe. I get it. If you're into it, I get it. I get it's peaceful. But I'm too old to start learning. And then I don't want to get involved with the other people, like the locals, like if you're surfing. Like, hey, kook, this is our turf, So you don't know what you're doing. You're kind of going down, you bump into somebody, and then they get mad at you.
And then if you mess up.
Yeah. And
then everybody.
I'm that guy.
Yeah, I
don't want to do that either. And then I got to hide this guy's body in the woods because he's just joking.
I was in middle school first time I ever skied, and I didn't know. I had to take lessons and it was so embarrassing. It was me in middle school and all these like 5-year-olds. And I was the biggest one. And I looked like a marshmallow with my big puffy coat. And I remember just being so embarrassed and like people looking at me. And when you go skiing, you go side to side.
Oh, yeah.
I got freaked out and I just went straight. And then I was going so fast that I didn't know what to do, that I went to the side and I just wiped out.
Wait, I have a story exactly like that. I'm sure.
No, you don't.
Yes, I swear to
who?
God. I went with Burke and Greg. Hold on. Let's take a quick break. We come back and we're going to finish this skiing story. And then we got some other stuff that we're going to do. So stick around.
It's wintertime. It's cold. And when it's cold, you just want to cuddle up on the couch.
With a nice, bold red wine.
Yeah.
Yes.
And watch your favorite shows.
Yes. But you know what's interesting? When I was a little bit younger, I used to just love red wine. And I didn't understand why you don't drink red wine with fish, or certain wines bring out the flavor or texture in something that you're eating. I just strictly drank red wine, which there's a whole nother level if you start using the wine that is specifically paired with the food.
I didn't know that either, but you got Firstleaf now, and Firstleaf can help pair your favorite wines and
with your favorite food. So let me explain. Firstleaf gets to know your specific preferences, right? Exactly what you were talking about. Whether you like red wine, which I do, white wine, or sweet or dry wine, which is kind of what you lean towards. So in every shipment, you get to unbox a new selection of bottles you're guaranteed to love, which is half of the fun, right? So to get started, all you have to do is answer a few quick questions about what you like to drink. This is my favorite part because it really gets you hands-on.
One of my favorite parts about Firstleaf subscription is how easy it is to control your delivery schedule. You get to choose when your wine ships, so you always have bottles on hand for hosting friends and for holiday gatherings.
And we just went to a gathering a couple weeks ago and I got my Firstleaf order and I brought 2 bottles, one red, one white, right? Because I didn't know what their preference was. But it is great because you set up your monthly schedule or bi-monthly schedule or every 3 months or every 12 months. And in the summertime, I'm more of a rosé guy. I'm not afraid to say that.
I think that's everybody in the summertime. Yeah, your drink preferences change in the summer with like winter, and it's what you're eating.
More fish in the summertime, more white wine.
Light because it's hot.
Yes.
When it's cozy, you want pasta. If you get a bottle that you don't absolutely love, it's not a problem because Firstleaf has 100% satisfaction guaranteed. So go ahead and treat yourself with wines from Firstleaf. Go to tryfirstleaf.com/togetherness to sign up, and you'll get your first 6 handpicked bottles for just $44.95.
That's a great deal. That's tryfirstleaf.com/togetherness. Try firstleaf.com/togetherness. That's MESS.
Yeah, I almost hit like one of those.
Okay,
They have oh, wait. Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. All right, so that's so funny because sometimes when you hear a story so many times, you almost think it's yours.
No, I promise you, that's not your story.
Okay,
that's mine.
I
was wearing
my
an
number.
old navy yellow puffy coat, and I went with a boyfriend that I was dating and his buddy, and they were experienced, and they were like laughing at me, and I was so embarrassed because it happened at the bottom where everybody was. Everybody was looking at me and I had snow all over me. And it was just so embarrassing. And I remember being like, oh my God, I just want to die right now. And like, I'm embarrassed.
All right, so I had the very similar story.
Okay.
Very similar story because that's why I was
don't
like,
think I've ever heard this.
what?
You never talk about skiing ever.
I went skiing in college with my college
Where
buddies.
did you go?
We went up. I don't even know where we went. I was with my buddy Jared Burke, who, by the way, his company built our website, togetherness.com. So did a great job on that. And then my other buddy, Grice.
Okay.
Okay. Funny, like great guy. So we were up there. I forgot what mountain we went to. We were in college. I'm like, guys, I don't ski. And they're kind of like the weed guys that'll like get stoned and go snowboarding and stuff. So they were snowboarding and I had skis on. And they're like, dude, you're going to be fine. What are you worried about? And I was actually like really worried about it. But I was like playing college football. I was an athlete. So I was like, all right, I've been skiing a little bit, but they took me on this huge mountain. Maybe I have PTSD because they brought me up there.
Oh, they brought you on like a double black diamond.
I don't know how big it wasn't. We were in, we probably went up into Wisconsin. So
it's not like Colorado.
Right. There's no like double black diamonds. But at the time, it just seemed like a big one. Long story short, we get there. I think we had a couple beers too, or doing whatever.
You have to.
Yeah.
To loosen up.
I'm like, how do I even get on this lift? Right. And they're like, what are you talking about? You just go and it comes and it scoops you up.
Wait, that is the scariest part.
Okay, wait. I'm getting there. Because my buddy Grice is so funny. My buddy Grice, he was a soccer player and our kicker got hurt in college. And he's like, I'll kick. And he just showed up to the game. He had no stickers on his helmet. And they're like, all right, you know how to kick? And he's like, yeah, because our kicker got hurt. And his first kick, he kicked it straight out of bounds. This is a college football game. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And he started laughing. He's like, whoa. He's like, I missed it. I'm like, dude, this is a game, man. What are you doing? Anyways, he's a funny guy. So we get up on the ski lift, right? And we're at the top of the ski lift. And I'm like, okay, how do you get off this thing now? And they're like, dude, it's going to put you right down and you just go to the side. So I was on with Burke, I think, and Grice was behind me. So Burke is like, dude, just get out of the way. All you got to do is get off and get out of the way. So I got off and got out of the way. And my buddy Grice is like, dude, see, it's not that hard. And his snowboard got stuck and the ski lift ran over his back. And he went like straight face down. And I was like, oh my God, man, what are you doing? What's going on up here?
That would be me.
Yeah, so I'm already scared. I'm like, dude, what do I do? And they're like, dude, let's race down. So they didn't even have skis. They were on snowboards.
Oh, and that's even harder.
I think I might have said like, I've been skiing before. This is so long ago. I don't remember exactly. And sorry, Grice, if you ever listen to this, you definitely did eat it. That thing ran over you. But I'm like, all right, I sometimes get to a place where I pump myself up. I'm like, it's go time. And I kind of just jump in the deep end. So I'm like, let's do it. So they start going down and in my mind, I'm like, let's do it. And it's go time. So I start going down, right? And I'm cruising and it's like a big mountain. So we're cruising down and I swear to God, I remember this. I fly by them. Okay. Listen,
I have never heard this story.
Okay.
Ever.
I still remember this. I pumped myself up so much.
Were you going back?
No, I wasn't. That's the key to the whole story. I was not going back and forth. I fly by them. My brain tells me at the time, I'm like 22 years old. I go, dude, I have a conversation with myself while I'm flying. I go, you are the best natural skier ever. My brain is telling me this. Like, you are flying and you just ditch those dudes in the back and you are flying down this mountain. You're going to be down in no time. And maybe you have a chance at the Olympics. That's what I'm going in my head. I get a little faster. And I'm like, okay, my brain is like, how are you stopping, dude? I didn't even know I was flying down the mountain and I didn't even think about stopping. I was not going back and forth. I just went straight down. And at some point because I was going so fast, I just threw my legs up in the air because I had to bite it because I didn't know how to stop. I didn't know anything. I rolled forever. My skis were in the woods. I was all over. Everyone came over like, dude, are you okay? And I was like, guys, nobody told me how to stop or anything. They were cracking up, like laughing. I'm like, dude, I walked down the hill and I never went back up there.
Oh,
and I'm like,
really?
I thought my leg fell off. My skis were all over the place. I don't think I went back up there. And I'm like, I'm just drinking. I'm done.
My sister, that happened to her. She like landed so hard. Her ski like popped off and was just going by itself. And she goes, I'm done, not doing this anymore. And she had her skis and was walking down the side of the mountain and like wouldn't go with me and her husband now.
I think that was me.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I was done because if I would have done that now at 46, my leg would have been in the woods still. And I can't believe the mental things that I told myself. I'm not joking. I'm like, I thought for a quick second I was a natural born skier. What an idiot I was. Oh my God. Where'd that confidence go?
All I picture is like Chevy Chase. Like going
That's my favorite.
On
That's my
Christmas
favorite
vacation.
Part.
That's like what I picture you. And then you're just thinking you're awesome. And then you just wipe out.
He puts his hood up and it just goes and it's smoke. Oh my God.
That's what happened to you. Well, our neighbor, she's from here and she was in college and went snowboarding because I always said I wanted to try snowboarding, but I heard it's so hard. And I'm like, no, I don't. And after my neighbor told me what happened to her, her snowboard went up and hit her here and sliced her chin.
Man.
And so that's why I'm like, ugh. And then she said she didn't even know anything. And she was with her guy friends and they were like, you need to lay down. And she's like, why? And then she said she could just feel all the blood. And like they had people coming and taking snow and just piling it on her face to stop the blood. And they had to get the medics or whoever they use when you go up to the mountain to bring her down. She said it was like a whole production.
Okay, so we've been talking about skiing for a while now. And we haven't brought up one enjoyable moment. And maybe that's the reason why I don't.
Well, I just see other people and it just looks awesome. Like their kids are little and they're just cruising down the mountain. It just looks cool. Like I said, I just want to look the part. It's just like when you go to California, you're like, man, I wish I was a surfer. And then you're like, why didn't I ever do that?
Yeah, I do like trying to surf.
I would prefer to be a surfer than
I do like ice skating. I know it's not the same, but I do like kind of catching a groove.
I hate ice skating.
I like ice skating.
I don't like it at all. And that's why when we did go ice skating, I'm like, I will fall back and bust my head open. No.
See, I liked it. I was kind of cruising around.
Justin Our boys liked
was laughing at me. You know what? I would love skiing if I loved it. It's kind of like the unknown and I'm not good at it. So then, therefore, it's stupid.
Yeah.
My friend, like everything else in life.
Sister from California, she lives up in Aspen and does the belly up Aspen. I'm not really cool like that. We would never be able to get in.
What's that?
I think it's like exclusive. Like you have to, I don't know. I think you have to know people to get in there. They spray champagne on people and then they just dance.
Are they skiing or just wearing fun outfits?
Well, I think
and they're there to party.
Probably a mixture of both, but I think a lot of people ski and it's like EDM type DJ type stuff and everybody's just dancing.
Listen, I'm sorry if you're one of those people, but that's a little douchey for me. You know what I mean? Like you're in your cool outfit and then you think you're so good at skiing because your parents got you lessons.
Sometimes she looks like she's having a lot of fun.
I like Sister. I like
Sister's
her.
the best.
I like her. I'm talking about like those guys on the like if I was trying to learn and they're like, hey, watch it, man. You know, I'm like, watch it, man. What did you say? With your Bigfoot bumper sticker on your Subaru, you nerd.
No,
Sorry.
You're in Aspen. It's a rain. It's other
Not
things.
Aspen. I'm talking about the regular.
Regular dudes.
Yeah, with the guys with the Bigfoot sticker on their car, and they're like,
that look
wander
like
into the beyond. Shut up, dork. I don't want to deal with those people. I'm out. So don't ask me to go skiing.
No, that's just like bikers. Bikers annoy me. Bling bling.
Wait,
with their
which
bell.
bikers? The what?
Bikers.
Not motorcycle bikers.
Oh, not boner. No,
the exercise bikers.
Yeah, but don't ever. I remember one time my mom didn't see a motorcycle guy she was making a left-hand turn, and oh my God, the guy like stopped us and cussed my mom out. And
yeah, kind of like that. They always think they have the right of way. You're on a bike, man. And why are you dressed like that? Can't you just go for a bike ride and you don't need the neon?
No, I'm talking about the
but what,
bikers. Cyclist. Is that what you call them?
Cyclists. People are going to get really mad because Colorado's all snowboarders and bike cyclists. So I hope they don't listen. But I don't get why you need all that gear to go on a bike ride.
Oh, you're neon?
Like you need to wear spandex outfit? Like how fast are you planning on going? Like what's the deal?
I don't know.
You're not
Some
in
of
the
them go
Olympics.
like 70 miles in distance.
But when you're just on the street here, why are you...
Wouldn't it hurt your balls? I always wondered that. Like the men, do you have like something to protect your balls when you're on a bike? Today you were on the Peloton bike and you said it hurt your butt.
It hurt my butt.
Yeah. Imagine riding 70 miles on your bike. I'm not joking. I know somebody that's gone even further than 70 miles. And,
but okay, if you're doing that, fine, put the gear on. But if like Jordan got a Peloton from our neighbor. And I bought the shoes I feel like an idiot just wearing the shoes.
Jeff got stuck in the...
And I had to Google how to get out because I couldn't get off the Peloton because my shoes were in there. Anyways, but so are those same people, if they're on the Peloton at home, do they get into their spandex and ride the Peloton?
Like, I think it's different. I think when you're a cyclist and you're serious... You like our retired neighbor, he does that, but he doesnn wear spandex.
That's what I'm saying. Can't you just put on shorts and go for a bike ride?
I would crack up if I saw him wearing spandex down the road. If you saw Rich in spandex on a skinny bike.
We went to this bar when we went fishing. My buddies were in town. We went to this bar. I forgot where we were. Somewhere in like yuppie Colorado, you know, like Colorado Springs, wherever it was. And we went to this bar and it was cool. It's like a little, you pour your own, the new bars have like you pour your own beer and things, but it was a bike bar, not a biker bar. And everyone had an air. Like they're in their spandex, they're walking with their, their shoes and they're getting like a little beer. Their noses were just up a little bit. And I was like, what? Because I'm not wearing spandex? You put your nose down at me? I don't know. I have a real attitude problem today.
Every day.
I don't like when people get too... Listen, if I'm going to play catch with Lawson, I don't put on all my pads and a helmet and be like, let's go, man. Like, just go throw the football around. You don't need all the gear. Just go for a bike ride.
I just think there's more serious ones. I think LA, if you're on a regular bike in LA and you're on the bike paths, my goodness, I got yelled at all the time. I'm like, I'm on the right-hand side, but they were serious.
Yeah, they yell at you. And when I had surgery for riding that bull, I had to go to rehab down in Santa Monica, and it was kind of right by the ocean. It was a real nice rehab place. And every single person in there, when I was in there, was a cyclist that got hit by a car. Every single one except me. And they're like, what happened to you? Cycling? I'm like, I was riding a bull. And they're like, what?
Our apartment was at the corner of the busiest street, probably one of the busiest streets in Santa Monica. How many days a week was somebody getting hit on a bike?
Yeah.
And then we would hear the horn blowing because we were on the first floor and somebody was getting yelled at. Somebody got knocked over. I'm like, are people not patient enough? Are they not stopping at the stop signs? No, they're not paying
attention. Especially in Santa Monica. They're so like self-absorbed. They're like, the road's mine.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways,
don't tell me.
We've offended cyclists, snowboarders, skiers, and Santa Monicans. All right, we're going to take a break. I hope Ian doesn't go cycling and he's all...
Oh, hold on, I'm hearing a buzz.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, they can hear.
Okay, that sounds good, right? Because the levels are up.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
All right, well, let's try not to move around.
Yeah, don't move. Don't touch one thing.
I'm going to move this over. Oh, I got to hit record. Fuck.
Is it? It's not going? All
All
right.
right. Jeez Louise. Where's my phone? Fuck, it's over there.
My gosh. We got to leave this in.
Man, I can't touch anything in this house without like getting shocked.
It's when it gets super cold.
We need a humidifier down here or for it to get warm. Are you guys still there? I guess you could leave all this in.
Leave it all in.
All right. Welcome back.
Jeff messed everything up with his static.
Yeah, that was a big to do.
It took us a minute.
Yeah. All right. So welcome back. Yeah, it's just been a weird day. It's just been a weird day.
Weird.
That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, so skiing, good for you, biking, all that. Get to the outdoor. Enjoy the outdoors is what we're trying to say. But last episode, we were talking about like the origins of certain expressions. And speaking of bike, I was riding the bike this morning and I Googled like some of the origins of certain things. So I'm on Grammarly right now and they have 13 expressions that you would never have guessed. And I thought it'd be fun for you to try to guess where the origins come from.
Okay.
Okay. Because I read through a few of these and they make sense after you read them.
Okay.
You know? So let's go to the first one. Dive right in. You ever hear the term bite the bullet?
Yes.
So
Bite the bullet. Yes.
So it's the meaning. Well, what do you think it means?
Oh man. Don't say anything. Bite the bullet. Like don't fight back. I don't know.
So the meaning is to accept something difficult or unpleasant. You know what I mean? You know, like this situation, like I don't want to go to that job interview, and you're like, you just got to bite the bullet and go for it.
Oh yeah. I said that wrong.
Yeah,
Oh,
you did.
I said that so wrong. I thought it meant like bite the bullet, like don't fight back, like don't talk
That's
back.
bite your tongue.
No,
What?
I
Yes,
was
it
thinking
is.
bite bullet. I said it wrong. That was a bad one. I'm sorry.
Okay. The origin. So it's to accept something difficult or unpleasant. We went over that. But the origin is in the olden days when doctors were short on anesthesia or time during a battle, they would ask the patient to bite down on a bullet to distract them from the pain. The first recorded use of this phrase was in 1891.
Wow. Can you imagine?
So instead, you know, like when they told you to bite
Yeah.
down on something, but it was an actual bullet that they bit down on. To like, in case, because they had to do like surgeries and
know.
things like that without it.
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine? Those people are so tough.
I
back
know.
then.
Crazy.
Us, we have nothing. They're like, I'm just going to numb you. The worst part is the shot is getting numb. That
Yeah.
is the worst part.
What if you went to the hospital and they're like, all right, yeah, we're going to have to do some stitches. Put this bullet in your mouth and bite down. Why would
What
you
a
bite on a
time.
bullet though? A stick is a way better option because it's got a little give, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do either.
All right, whatever. Let's move on. You ever hear the phrase cat got your tongue?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it means?
What does it mean?
When I say, what's the matter? The cat got your tongue?
Like you don't have anything
Like right now.
nice to say? Like you have nothing to say?
Yes, like you right now. Does a cat have your tongue?
Yeah, you have nothing to say.
All right. You fell into that one by accident. The meaning is ask the person who is at loss of words. Like you during
Cat
this
got
segment.
the tongue.
That's right. So the English Navy used to use a whip called cat-o nail tail. So cat-o nail tails for flogging. What's that mean? The pain was so severe. The pain was so severe that it caused the victim to stay quiet for a long time. Another possible source could be from ancient Egypt, where liars and blasphemers' tongues were cut out and fed to cats.
Ugh.
Wow. So that's two different meanings. You could get beat to death and have nothing to say because it hurt so bad, or
Get your tongue?
get your tongue cut out and they feed it to a cat. And it's literally the cat has your tongue.
What people were ruthless back then. What year does it have a year?
No. How about
Now people are so sensitive. You say one thing, one little thing. Imagine living back then. I'll cut your tongue out.
how about you got nothing to say and you just slice a tongue out and throw it to the cat and be like, how about now? See you later.
Figure it out.
Yeah. All right. How about barking up the wrong tree? You ever hear that phrase?
Problem, like creating problems, like you're barking up. You shouldn't be involved. Like
Yeah.
you shouldn't be involved. You're like messing. How am I say that?
You're on the right track.
Yeah.
You know
Like
what I
don't
mean?
get involved. Don't be involved in like other people's problems.
Right. It's not, well, yeah, here's the meaning. To have misguided thoughts about an event or situation, a false lead.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, kind of like the problems with that person. Don't ask me about it.
So where did it
So
start?
the origin, this refers to hunting dogs that may have chased their prey up a tree. The dog barks, assuming that the prey is still in the tree when the prey is no longer there.
Okay.
That kind of makes sense,
that
like a
does
hunting dog. So they're barking up the wrong
I
tree
love hunting dogs.
because it's in the other tree.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I do.
What would you name your hunting dog?
I don't know. They're so cute. I love hunting dogs. I don't know.
Good.
I can't.
Cool.
I got to think about it.
Cool.
I always love
You
like
cat got your tongue?
hound dogs. I always wanted a hound dog. The big, long ears.
They're a little sloppy.
I love them. I'm
And-
sloppy.
Oh,
Yes.
Don't they drool a lot? I'm not a big when the dogs
they-
drool.
My mom's childhood friend growing up lived on a farm in like this beautiful old farmhouse. This is in Southern Illinois. And she had 12 dogs. She loved them. And when I would go over there as a kid, she had a couple hound dogs. And I don't know why. I've always, since I was a kid, I was like, I used to always think I'd live out in the country and have like an old country home and a hound dog, like a movie.
All right, you're barking up the wrong
Like
tree.
sweet
You're
home
barking up the
Alabama.
wrong tree if you think I cared about that story.
Oh, be quiet. You know, the only thing about living in like an old farmhouse, they get lots of rats. Hang on.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about, it's me.
Rats in farmhouses? What are you talking? We're talking about
Because
like these
rats
things.
that like on farms. And I remember spending the night at my mom's best friend's house, and I was we're freaking out because there were rats and we could hear them crawling up on. She was like, "Don't worry, they won't bother you." And we were sleeping in lounge chairs, and it was me, my brother, and my sister because we spent the summer with my grandpa. And Peyton, the whole time I couldn't sleep. The whole time we're laying there, and he's like, "I hear a rat." And I go, "Me too." And there were like holes, but like old homes like that in the country, they get rats.
All right, that was amazing. Do you want to finish these or what?
No, keep going.
All right, bury the hatchet. Let's make peace with each other. Let's bury the hatchet.
Like bury your beef with somebody.
Yeah, you're right. To stop a conflict and make peace. That's the meaning. But where do you think it came from? I mean, I would have a guess.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, I would guess like Native Americans in some aspect, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the origin of it. This one dates back to the early times in North America when the Puritans were in conflict with Native Americans. When negotiating peace, the Native Americans would bury all their hatchets, knives, clubs, and tomahawks. Weapons were literally burned and made inaccessible. Wow, well, that'll start peace, right?
Tomahawk.
But throw all your guns in a hole and bury them. Now we can't fight.
Yeah.
So I guess that one makes sense, I guess. How about caught red-handed?
You got caught stealing.
In the act.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the meaning is to be caught in the act of doing something wrong. But the origin, which I'm curious
Probably
about.
Western times.
All right, so what do you think it is?
Well, red-handed, I don't know. It just makes me think of something Western and like the old days.
Okay, where do you think the red came from?
I don't know. Red bandit?
You're just saying words. All right, caught red-handed. This originates from an old English law that that any person to be punished for butchering an animal that wasn't his own. Oh, the blood. That makes sense. It doesn't make sense. But the only way the person could be convicted is if he was caught with the animal's blood still on his hands. So
I never
literally
even
caught
knew that.
red-handed.
Yeah. I never even knew that behind it. The story behind it.
Well, neither did I. I don't think anyone does. That's why we're doing these things.
Yeah.
Wow, what a wild time, huh?
We're very sensitive.
Because you're
in
like
these
so
times.
hungry for your family. You steal someone else's animals or their kill and you butcher it as your own. What, dude?
I'm glad I didn't live in those times.
How about let's do?
I would die. I would not survive.
Yeah, you would probably be eaten.
I would be eaten alive.
Yes, somebody would
I
eat
think
you.
like today or last night. No, last night it was I think like 5 degrees, And I was in the garage and I was like, had my coat and I was shivering and I was tearing up these boxes. And I always think like 1923, 1883, those shows we
Yeah.
watch. I'm like, what if I was in Colorado and lived there in 1883 and those people, they didn't have anything. He was like, let's just make a fire.
But you don't know any different.
I know, but they were so mentally strong. I'm not mentally strong.
But I think you would be if not given the opportunity, but if you had to be. I think humans, yourself included, because you're human, are way more capable of a lot of things. And I think now times have gotten so soft in aspects. But if push came to shove and the power grid went down, you would do what you had to do to save your family.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't just be like, go ahead and eat me for extra meat.
I see.
You would fight. You would fight. I know you would.
I see my pictures. My grandpa, he takes a lot of pride in his town he grew up in Shawneetown, Illinois. And he's got all these photo albums, like so many photos, and of way back in Shawneetown. And it's the oldest, I believe it's the oldest town in Illinois. And my grandpa always says that Shawneetown was meant to be old Shawneetown was meant to be like a Chicago because it was right on the river walk where the bridge is. But he said the flood, I think it was the 1937 flood, destroyed everything. And my grandpa has like actual photos from that, which is really cool to see because he will take me to like the John Marshall Bank. He took you to that.
Yes.
And he takes a lot of pride in all of that. But just seeing my grandma Dillard, she was born in 1886 and she had, I believe, 8 children. Can you imagine 1886 having that many children? And like, she's always like in a rocking chair. And it's like those old kind of creepy photos. They don't smile. No one in the family smiled. It almost looks like they're ghosts.
Yeah.
Those photos, I always get like freaked out. But then when I was little, I was born in 1986 and there's photos of me with her and like holding, and they always said she was so mean. And my grandpa's like, she had to be mean. She had 8 kids. And my mom with my brother, she got to hold my brother. Peyton was born in 88. And my mom said the whole time she was just like following her around because she was worried that she was going to drop Peyton because she was 104 years old when she died. She died in the early 90s. And she would snap at my mom and be like, I had 8 kids. I lived in this time and I went through Great Depression, everything. You don't think I know how to hold a baby?
It would be interesting to talk to her.
But like I have a photo in my phone of my grandma Dillard, my mom's cousin, my grandma Till, and like everybody. And it's just so cool that my grandpa has all those. If I think about our house, we don't have any photo albums. We have no photos, anything. Everything is either on our computer or on our phones.
Yes.
Why are you laughing?
Do you have any idea of like with time cues? We're like, this is the extended version.
We're just going to end it on that. But I just love like old timey things and like history. Maybe because I'm about to go see my grandparents and that's why I feel that way. But like when your grandpa can tell you those stories because he has everything, I just love it. And I love seeing the old timey cars. I'm like, I can't believe those cars existed. And like I'm driving in the town and once it was like this.
Yeah. No, it's interesting.
I kind of want to break into the bank.
You're not catching any of my cues.
I just want to end on this note. I just want to like break into the bank. I asked my grandpa, I'm like, can we just break in? I just want to walk in and look at the old timey safe. And because my grandma Till lived above the apartment and I just want to like walk around. My grandpa's like, we can't do that. I'm like, nobody's there. Everything's closed
the bank
off.
Is still there, but you can't go in
huge. It's this old bank.
I know he drove me there, but you can't.
Yeah, old Shawneetown's basically, it's just gone. It's really sad, but there's a huge bank there. And I just want to like break in and just walk through and see what it looks like because it's so old. And my grandpa has photos from different generations of family like sitting on that bank and like when the town was happening, and it's really sad. But I'll end on that note.
Okay, that was wonderful. All right, so for the 4 people that are left with us
shut up.
I'm going to read a quick positive quote and we'll let you guys out of here. So when you come to the edge of all, the light, and are about to step into the darkness. Let me start that over. When you come into the edge of all the light you know, and the dark, and are about to step into the darkness of the unknown, faith is knowing that one of two things will happen. There will be solid ground to stand on, or you'll be taught to fly. I read that totally wrong because that's karma, because I was making fun of you.
Yeah. See, these cards are talking to us. I'm not even joking.
Yes.
And we got to find out where they're from. Somebody asked me where your mom got
yes.
those cards. I got to find out. I swear it's like QVC or something.
Exactly.
Because your mom loves QVC. Thank you all for listening, downloading, subscribing, tagging your friends. And we will see you guys in next time. Bye.
Yay Media Group.